This is Gary,
This is Cole,
and this is Monster in My Podcast,
and this is Argos.
directed by Ben Affleck.
There's a monster in my podcast.
This is another Spelljammer cast-off. And also, somebody thought, like, Shoggoths aren't scary. What if we gave them a spear?
Yeah, and also somebody left the beholder in the microwave a little bit too long, and it got too mushy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is explicitly a Shoggoth. It is a big slime monster with eyes and mouths.
Yes,
all over.
that is said to build underwater cities.
Yes, but it uses its mouth to hold weapons, which is dumb. It's also there's like two artists who work in this book, and one of them is Tony Diterelzi, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name or something like that, and he's really great. And then there's this other guy who just kind of is like Marvel House style from 1984.
Yeah,
and this guy is worse.
yeah, close Dramont.
Yeah, yeah. That's this guy.
Yeah.
So this is for what you'd think I would be on board for the Argos, but I'm not so on board with the Argos.
No, I think the most appealing thing about the Argos, specifically the illustration, because the description is just, hey, this is a beholder.
Like a beholder, like a deconstructed beholder. Like you had to make a beholder on Cutthroat Kitchen, but they took away your stalks.
You have to cook it on that breakfast sandwich machine.
Yeah. And here, chef, we have a take on a deconstructed beholder.
Anytime you go deconstructed, the judges are not going to like that.
No, especially that Simon Jumbar.
Yeah, they see right through it. But my favorite thing about the illustration is that each of the mouths apparently come from different people or different species. So you have some that have like orc mouths with their bottom teeth, like the underbite, the tusk. But there's one specifically toward the left that appears to be a lady mouth with a Gene Simmons tongue.
Yep.
Just is that the potty mouth?
Another one of the mouths. Yeah.
Yeah, just performing oralingus
upon itself. You mean
autooralingus?
Autooralingus. That's how the guy from NXS died.
Oh.
The eyes each cast a random spell in here.
Mm-hmm.
So you roll on this table, but that means that you could theoretically have an Argos who is trying to fight you and keeps casting tongues. And tongues is not gigantic Gene Simmons tongues come and violently like mouth latio you. It just means you understand languages.
Right.
So it could just literally, this thing could like theoretically have a bunch of eyes that keep trying to attack you, but just end up casting, they just understand you really well. So I'm thinking like Argos therapists.
Oh yeah. No, you just put them there. Like they're out in space too.
I'm a coach. Lay on me.
But he's trying to trick you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bedbug couch.
And then the other thing that's kind of cool about these guys is if they don't eat enough, they form like a chrysalis and float through space.
Oh,
it can regenerate its own air bubble.
Yeah, which gives like an origin. So if they're just floating out in space and they crystallize, one of these could land on a planet as a meteor, and that's actually a pretty cool idea.
As some sort of color out of space.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I turned around on these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Argos.
Like they're cool, but most of the stuff that's cool about them is beholder-esque.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because they are vassals of the Beholder Empire.
Ugh. I don't need beholders to have an empire.
No. Well, how about this? They're not empires. They're the baleful beholder nations.
Okay, there we go. I'm back on board. Brought to you by our backers at patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv.